Welcome back, everyone. Today is Memorial Day, and on Memorial Day we remember and honor those who are willing to lay down their life for our nation and for our freedom. And right now I'm actually at the Veterans Memorial Park here in Franklin County, Virginia. And right behind me is this monument, and it's dedicated to those from our county that were willing to go and lay down their life in every major American war throughout our history. On the back side is the American Revolution, the war that created our country, all the way to World War I, World War II, back to the Civil War, the War of 1812, our second revolution from Great Britain. But what's so unique about being here is it's a very beautiful place that's very unique and intimate in this county, because this is a small group of people that were all from this county, but they joined a greater cause that was greater than themselves. And they joined thousands of other counties that make up our nation and going to fight in all places of the world and also in our nation for freedom. They were willing to put themselves in uncomfortable positions. They were willing to fight and even die so that we might have the opportunity to live in freedom. But whether we live in freedom today or not is solely up to us. We have to choose that. You know, Ronald Reagan once said, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction." We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on to them to do the same. Or one day, we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it once was like in the United States, where men were free. We have to choose freedom in our lives. It's an ideology, and we have to understand what freedom is, because these men were willing to die for that freedom. They were willing to sacrifice. At a time in our life, there comes a point where we all have to sacrifice something. We have to think about others before ourselves. And we have to understand in our own lives what we are willing to die for. And even more importantly, what we're willing to live for, because we all are living for something right now. And that something is what you're spending your time on. So I charge you, are you spending your time on things that will outlast you? Things that will positively impact those that you love? Because they did. If you're not, if the answer is no, then maybe you need to think about that. Your time is very valuable. Don't let it go by. Don't sit idly and do nothing. Take charge and decide that you want to be free. We have that choice. We can cede our God-given power, our God-given liberty to tyrants, to men who will abuse power and rule over us. Or we can say, I will learn what the freedom is that they died for. I will teach it to my children, and I will defend it. I will hold my leaders accountable, and I will act nobly. So this weekend, I charge you to think about that as you're spending time with your family. And I charge you to remember that by doing all of these things, by holding our leaders accountable and being involved in government, because we are the government, by educating ourselves about our freedom, by living them out, we are honoring these men and women, because that is what they died for. So thank you guys all for watching. I pray that God blesses all of you in every area of your life. And for those of you who are serving our country today, thank you. Your work does not go unnoticed. Please join me in a moment of silence for those who gave their life in defense of our nation's freedom.